Welcome to my channel, Bookish English. If you can understand English but you still cannot speak it clearly, confidently, and naturally, this video is for you. You do not need thousands of difficult words. You do not need perfect grammar. You need the right speaking habits. In this video, I will show you simple steps that can make your English better, stronger, and more natural. And one of these steps may completely change the way you speak English. So stay with me until the end, because every chapter will take you one step closer to becoming a confident English speaker. Chapter 1. Stop trying to speak perfect English. One of the biggest reasons people cannot speak English well is very simple. They are trying too hard to speak perfect English. They want every word to be correct. They want every grammar rule to be correct. They want their pronunciation to sound perfect. They want to speak without making even one small mistake. But this thinking creates fear, and fear makes speaking difficult. You may know many English words. You may understand English videos. You may read English books. You may even know grammar rules. But when someone starts speaking to you in English, your mind suddenly becomes empty. You start thinking, what if I make a mistake? What if my grammar is wrong? What if this person laughs at me? What if I cannot find the right word? And because you are thinking about all these things, you stop speaking. This is the first habit you need to change. Your goal is not to speak perfect English. Your first goal is to communicate. You want another person to understand your idea. That is enough. If they understand you, your English is already doing its job. Think about a small child learning to speak. A child does not wait until every sentence is perfect. A child speaks with mistakes. Sometimes the sentence is very short. Sometimes the grammar is not correct. Sometimes the pronunciation is unclear. But the child keeps talking. Day after day, the child listens, speaks, makes mistakes, learns, and improves. This is also how you should learn English. Imagine you want to say, yesterday I went to the market, but you accidentally say, yesterday I go to market. Yes, the grammar is not perfect, but can another person understand you? Of course. They understand that you went to the market yesterday. Communication happened. Now you can learn the correct sentence later. But if you stay completely silent because you are afraid of saying the wrong sentence, you get no speaking practice at all. Silence cannot improve your speaking. Speaking improves your speaking. This is very important. Every mistake gives you information. It shows you something you can improve. So instead of thinking, I made a mistake, so I am bad at English, think, I made a mistake, so now I know what to practice. Another powerful habit is to use short and simple sentences. Beginners often try to create long sentences because they think long sentences sound more intelligent. But long sentences can make speaking harder. Your brain has to think about vocabulary, grammar, word order, and pronunciation at the same time. This creates pressure. Instead, break your idea into small sentences. Do not say, yesterday, because I had some important work and my friend called me, I decided to go to the city even though I was tired. You can say, yesterday I was tired. My friend called me. I had some work, so I went to the city. These sentences are simple, but they are clear. Clear English is good English. You do not need difficult words to sound good. You need understandable words. Start with what you know. If you know 10 simple sentence patterns, use them again and again. Say, I like this. I don't like this. I want to go. I need some help. I think it is good. I don't know. Can you help me? These simple sentences are powerful because you can use them in real conversations every day. You also need to stop correcting yourself every 2 seconds. Some learners say, I go, sorry, I went yesterday. No, yesterday I was going. And then they become confused. If you notice a small mistake, sometimes it is better to continue speaking. Finish your idea first. You can think about grammar after the conversation. When you stop after every word, you destroy your speaking flow. Your mouth needs practice moving forward. Imagine learning to ride a bicycle. If you stop every 2 seconds because your balance is not perfect, you will never learn to ride smoothly. English speaking works in a similar way. You need movement, you need repetition, you need courage. Fluency grows when you allow yourself to continue. So here is your challenge today. Speak 5 simple English sentences without stopping to correct yourself. Talk about your day. You can say, I woke up early, I drank some tea, I checked my phone, I did my work. Now I am learning English. That is enough. Say them aloud. Do not only think about them. Let your mouth practice English. Tomorrow, speak 5 more sentences, then 10. Then talk for 1 minute. Little by little, your fear will become smaller and your confidence will become stronger. Remember this, every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. They also forgot words. They also made grammar mistakes. They also felt nervous. But they continued. That is why they improved. You could improve too. Stop waiting for perfect English. Start using the English you already have. Your English does not need to be perfect today. It only needs to be spoken. And once you stop chasing perfection, you are ready for the next important step, learning how to speak more with the simple words you already know. Chapter 2. Speak with simple words you already know. Now that you understand that you do not need perfect English, the next step is very important. You need to start using the English you already know. Many learners believe they cannot speak because they do not know enough words. They think, I need more vocabulary, I need more advanced words, I need to learn thousands of words before I can speak. But this is not always true. In many cases, you already know enough words to say much more than you think. The real problem is that you are not using those words again and again. You may know words like go, come, make, take, want, need, like, feel, think, know. Good, bad, happy, tired, work, home, friend, food, and time. These words look very simple, but you can create hundreds of useful sentences with them. You can say, I want some water. I need help. I feel tired. I think this is good. I know this place. I want to go home. I like this food. These are not difficult sentences, but they are real English. They help you communicate. And communication is the first goal of speaking. Sometimes learners make English difficult because they always search for the perfect word. Imagine you are speaking with someone and you want to say something, but you cannot remember one word. Maybe you forget the word umbrella. What do? Many learners stop speaking. They become nervous. They start translating in their mind. Then the conversation becomes uncomfortable. But you do not need to stop. You can explain the word using simple English. You can say, it is something we use when it rains. The other person may immediately understand that you mean an umbrella. This is a very powerful speaking skill. You do not always need the exact word. You need a way to explain your idea. If you forget the word refrigerator, you can say, the machine where we keep food cold. If you forget pharmacy, you can say, the place where we buy medicine. If you forget neighbor, you can say, the person who lives near my house. This skill can save you in many conversations. It also teaches your brain to stay in English instead of stopping and translating. You should also understand something surprising. Fluent English is not always full of difficult vocabulary. Real conversations often use very common words. Native speakers and strong English speakers use simple words all the time. They say things like, I don't know. Let me see. That sounds good. I'm not sure. What do you mean? I need to go. Give me a minute. These sentences are easy, but they sound natural because people use them at the right time. This is good news for you. It means you do not need to learn 20 new difficult words every day to become a better speaker. You need to become faster and more comfortable with the useful words you already know. A simple word that you can use quickly is more valuable in conversation than a difficult word that you cannot remember when you need it. Here is another important idea. Do not only learn words, use words in many different sentences. Suppose you learn the word take. Do not just memorize take. Practice it. Say, take this. I take the bus every day. It takes 10 minutes. Take your time. Can I take a picture? I need to take a break. Now the word is becoming useful. Do the same with the word get. You can say, I get up at 7. I get tired after work. I need to get some water. I don't get it. When did you get home? One simple word can give you many speaking possibilities. This is how you build strong everyday English. Instead of collecting words like numbers in a notebook, turn each useful word into real sentences. You can also create your own personal vocabulary list. This list should not contain random difficult words. It should contain words you actually need in your life. If you are a student, learn words connected to classes, teachers, books, exams, homework, and friends. If you work, learn words connected to your job, your office, your customers, your tasks, and your daily routine. If you want to travel, learn words connected to airports, hotels, directions, food, transport, and shopping. Your vocabulary should help you talk about your real life. This makes learning easier because the words are connected to things you see and do every day. When vocabulary becomes personal, it becomes easier to remember. Let us make this very practical. Look around you right now. Maybe you can see a table, a chair, a phone, a window, a cup, a bag, or a book. Now do not only name these things, say something about them. My phone is on the table. This chair is comfortable. The window is open. There is water in the cup. My bag is near the door. You are turning simple vocabulary into speaking practice. Now look at your actions. Say, I am sitting. I am watching a video. I am learning English. I am listening carefully. I am thinking about my future. This kind of practice looks very easy, but that is why it works. Easy practice is easier to repeat every day, and repetition builds fluency. Another mistake learners make is trying to sound too advanced. Maybe they know a simple sentence like, I am very tired, but they try to remember a difficult expression because they want to sound impressive. Then they forget the expression and stop talking. Do not do this. Choose the sentence that comes naturally. Simple English spoken clearly is much better than advanced English that never comes out of your mouth. You are not taking an exam every time you speak. You are sharing an idea. If your idea is clear, you are doing well. Later, as your English becomes stronger, you can add more vocabulary naturally. Here is a small practice method you can use today. Choose 10 simple words you already know. Maybe words like want, need, like, think, feel, go, come, make, take, and get. For each word, create 3 short sentences. Say every sentence aloud. That gives you 30 spoken sentences from only 10 simple words. Tomorrow, use 10 more words. After 1 week, you may have practiced more than 200 sentences. Can you see how powerful this is? You do not need to wait for a huge vocabulary. You need to activate the vocabulary you already have. And remember, when you forget a word, do not panic. Keep speaking. Explain it. Describe it. Use another word. Use a shorter sentence. Your goal is to keep the conversation alive. The more you do this, the more flexible your English becomes. Soon you will notice something exciting. You will stop asking yourself, "Do I know enough English?" And you will start realizing, "I can already say a lot with what I know." But there is one more step. Knowing simple words is powerful, but words alone do not create fluent speech. You need ready-made sentence patterns that help your brain build sentences faster. Instead of creating every sentence from zero, you can learn useful patterns and use them again and again. That is exactly what we will learn in the next chapter. Chapter 3. Practice sentence patterns, not single words. Now you already know that simple words are powerful, but there is another step that can make your speaking much faster. Instead of learning only single words, start learning complete sentence patterns. This is one of the easiest ways to speak better English. Many learners know hundreds of words, but when they want to speak, they do not know how to put those words together. They know want, learn, English, and better, but they still need time to build the sentence. This happens because their brain is creating everything from zero. Sentence patterns solve this problem. A sentence pattern is a small structure that you can use again and again. For example, "I want to" is one pattern. You can say, "I want to learn English. I want to go home. I want to speak better. I want to find a new job. I want to travel." One small pattern can give you many useful sentences. Another useful pattern is, "I need to." You can say, "I need to study. I need to sleep. I need to call my friend. I need to practice English. I need to buy some food." Now think about how useful this is in real life. You are not memorizing one sentence. You are learning a speaking tool. Every time you need to talk about something you must do, this pattern is ready for you. Your brain does not have to build the whole sentence again. It only needs to change the last part. This saves time, reduces fear, and makes your English smoother. You can do the same with many other patterns. Practice "I think" and say, "I think it is good. I think he is busy. I think we should go." Practice "I don't know" and say, "I don't know the answer. I don't know his name. I don't know what to do." Practice "Can you?" and say, "Can you help me? Can you repeat that? Can you speak slowly? Can you show me?" These are simple patterns, but they are very powerful because you can use them every day. Here is something important. Do not only read these patterns, speak them aloud. Your eyes can learn English, but your mouth also needs training. If you only read, you may understand the sentence, but when you need to say it, your mouth may feel slow. So choose one pattern and repeat it with different endings. For example, take "I like," say, "I like tea. I like music. I like this book. I like learning English. I like talking with my friends." Repeat them until they feel easy. Then change to another pattern. This simple exercise trains your brain and your mouth at the same time. You can make a small daily routine. Choose 5 sentence patterns every day. Make 5 sentences with each pattern. That gives you 25 spoken sentences. You can finish this practice in only a few minutes, but if you do it every day, something amazing begins to happen. The patterns become automatic. You stop thinking so much about grammar. The sentence begins to come naturally. When someone asks you a question, your brain already has useful structures ready. For example, imagine someone asks, "Why are you learning English?" If you have practiced patterns, you can quickly say, "I want to improve my future. I want to speak with more people. I think English can help me in my work. I also want to travel." Notice how simple these sentences are. There are no difficult words, but they sound clear and confident because the patterns are ready. This is how fluent speaking slowly develops. You do not become fluent by memorizing a dictionary. You become fluent by using useful English again and again until it becomes familiar. Think of sentence patterns like roads in your brain. The first time you use a pattern, the road is difficult, but every time you repeat it, the road becomes clearer. After enough practice, your thoughts can move along that road quickly. So today, choose 5 patterns. I want to, I need to, I think, I like, and I can make 5 sentences with each one and say them aloud. Do not try to make them difficult. Make them real. Talk about your life, your family, your work, your dreams, and your plans. The more personal your sentences are, the easier they will be to remember. And once these sentence patterns start becoming automatic, something even more powerful can happen. You can begin creating English directly inside your mind, without translating every sentence first. That is the next step, and it can completely change the speed of your speaking. Chapter 4. Think in English before you speak. Now you know how useful sentence patterns can be. But there is another habit that can make your speaking faster and more natural. You need to start thinking in English. Many learners understand English, but when they want to speak, they first think in their own language. Then they translate that sentence into English. Then they check the grammar. Then they search for the right word. And after doing all of this, they finally try to speak. This process is too slow. That is why you may know the answer, but still feel stuck when someone asks you a simple question. Your brain is doing too much work at the same time. The solution is not to force yourself to think about difficult topics in English. The solution is to start very small. You can begin with simple thoughts that you already know how to express. When you wake up, think, I am tired. When you drink water, think, I need water. When you look outside, think, it is sunny. When you are getting ready, think, I need to leave soon. These tiny thoughts may look unimportant, but they are training your brain to connect ideas directly with English. Think about how you use your first language. You usually do not create every sentence carefully. You do not stop and think about every grammar rule. The words simply come because you have used them thousands of times. English can also become more automatic, but you need to give your brain regular practice. Start by naming things around you. Look around your room and think, this is my chair, my phone is on the table, the window is open, my shoes are near the door. Then move to actions. Think, I am sitting, I am watching this video, I am learning English, I am listening carefully. After that, move to feelings. I am happy, I am a little tired, I feel nervous. I am excited today. You are not trying to sound advanced. You are simply teaching your brain to use English without first going through another language. One very useful exercise is what I call the 5-minute English mind practice. For 5 minutes every day, try to keep simple English thoughts in your mind. You can do this while walking, cooking, cleaning, traveling, or sitting alone. Describe what you see. There is a man walking. A car is passing. The shop is open. The sky is cloudy. Then describe what you are doing. I am going to work. I am waiting for the bus. I am making tea. I am cleaning my room. Then talk about what you are going to do next. I will eat lunch. I need to call my friend. I am going to study tonight. This simple exercise gives your brain a safe place to practice. No one is judging you. No one is correcting you. You are simply building the habit of producing English. You can also ask yourself simple questions in English. For example, ask, What am I doing? Then answer, I am studying. Ask, how do I feel? Answer, I feel good. Ask, what do I want to eat? Answer, I want rice and chicken. Ask, what will I do tomorrow? Answer, I will go to work. These questions make your brain active. You are not only remembering English, you are creating English. And this difference is very important. Passive English means you can recognize a sentence when you hear it. Active English means you can create a sentence when you need it. Your speaking improves when more of your English becomes active. Do not worry if translation still happens sometimes. It is completely normal. You have used your first language for many years, so your brain will naturally return to it. You do not need to fight with your mind. Just reduce translation slowly. Maybe today you can think in English for 30 seconds. Next week, maybe you can do it for 2 minutes. Later, you may notice that simple English thoughts are coming automatically. That is real progress. Do not expect your mind to change in one day. Give it repetition. Another powerful practice is to describe your day before you sleep. Think in very simple English. Today I woke up at 7. I had breakfast. I went to work. I talked to my friend. I came home. I watched a video. Now I am tired. You can say these thoughts aloud if you want. This helps you combine thinking practice with speaking practice. You are using vocabulary, sentence patterns, grammar, and pronunciation together. And because you are talking about your own life, the words are easier to remember. You can also imagine small conversations in your mind. Imagine someone asks, "What do you do?" Answer in English. Imagine someone asks, "Where are you from?" Answer. Imagine someone asks, "Why are you learning English?" Answer with simple sentences. This prepares your brain before real conversations happen. When someone asks you the same question later, your answer will feel more familiar. The most important thing is this: do not try to think like an advanced speaker. Think with the English you have today. If you only know simple English, use simple English. If you cannot remember one word, use another word. If your sentence is short, that is okay. Every direct English thought is a small victory. Every time you think, "I am hungry," without translating it first, your brain is becoming faster. Every time you describe something directly in English, you are building a new speaking habit. So today, try the 5-minute English Mind Challenge. Look around you. Describe what you see. Describe what you are doing. Ask yourself simple questions. Think about your plans. Keep everything easy. Do this every day, and slowly English will stop feeling like something you must translate. It will start becoming something you can use directly. And once English starts coming faster inside your mind, the next step is to improve how it sounds when it comes out of your mouth. For that, you need to listen carefully, copy real English, and train your pronunciation, rhythm, and speaking flow. That is what we will learn in the next chapter. Chapter 5. Listen, copy, and speak like real English speakers. Now that you are learning to think more directly in English, the next step is to train your ears and your mouth together. This is where many learners make a big mistake. They spend a lot of time reading grammar rules, memorizing vocabulary, and watching English lessons, but they do not spend enough time copying real English. If you want to speak better, you need to hear how English actually sounds. You need to notice how words connect, how sentences rise and fall, where speakers pause, which words they stress, and how they express emotion. English is not only a collection of words. English has rhythm. It has music. It has movement. You may know every word in a sentence, but if you have never practiced saying that sentence naturally, your speaking can still feel slow or uncomfortable. This is why listening is not separate from speaking. Good listening helps create good speaking. The more clearly you hear English, the more naturally you can copy it. Think about how children learn to speak. They do not begin with grammar books. They listen first. They hear the same words and sentences many times. Then they start copying what they hear. At first, their pronunciation is not perfect. Their sentences may be short, but they keep listening and repeating. Slowly, the language becomes natural. You can use the same idea as an English learner. You do not need to copy very long speeches. In fact, beginners should start with very short sentences. Choose one clear sentence such as, "What are you doing?" Listen carefully, then pause the audio and repeat it. Listen again, repeat again. Try to copy not only the words but also the sound. Notice which word sounds stronger. Notice how quickly the speaker says it. Notice whether the voice goes up or down. Then try again. This method is often called shadowing, but the name is not important. The important thing is the practice. Listen, copy, repeat. Let us take another simple sentence. That sounds good. You may already understand every word, but now listen to how a natural speaker says it. They may not pronounce every word slowly and separately. The words may connect together. Copy the complete sound. Say it once, then say it again. Then use it in a small situation. Imagine your friend says, "Let's meet tomorrow." You answer, "That sounds good." Now the sentence has meaning. It is no longer only something you memorized. It becomes a tool you can use in conversation. Try the same thing with sentences like, "I don't think so." "Let me see." "Give me a minute." "I'm not sure." "What do you mean?" "Can you say that again?" These short expressions are everywhere in real conversations. When you practice them as complete units, your English becomes faster because you do not have to build every sentence word by word. Another important thing is to choose English that matches your level. Do not choose a very fast movie with difficult vocabulary if you are a beginner. You may become frustrated because you cannot understand enough. Choose clear and simple English. Use beginner stories, short conversations, easy podcasts, graded listening, or videos where the speaker talks clearly. Listen to only a small part, maybe 10 seconds, maybe one sentence. You do not need to understand a 20-minute video at once. Your goal is quality, not quantity. One sentence practiced deeply can sometimes help your speaking more than 50 sentences heard only once. If you hear a useful sentence, stop. Repeat it 5 times. Close your eyes and say it again. Then say it without the audio. Then create your own similar sentence. This is how passive listening becomes active speaking. For example, maybe you hear, "I usually wake up at 7. Repeat it several times. Then change one part. "I usually wake up at 6. "I usually wake up late on Sunday. "I usually drink tea in the morning." Now you are doing something very powerful. First, you copied real English. Then you changed it to fit your own life. This helps your brain remember the structure. You are not memorizing a dead sentence. You are turning it into your own English. You can do this with almost anything you hear. If the sentence is, "I'm trying to learn something new," you can say, "I'm trying to improve my English." "I'm trying to speak more clearly." "I'm trying to wake up earlier." One natural sentence can teach you many new sentences. Pronunciation is also easier when you learn it inside complete sentences. Many learners try to pronounce every word perfectly by itself. That can help sometimes, but real speaking happens in sentences. A word can sound slightly different when it is connected to other words. So practice complete phrases. Instead of only practicing the word want, practice "I want to go." Instead of only practicing help, practice "Can you help me?" Instead of only practicing think, practice I think you're right. This teaches your mouth how English moves. Your tongue, lips, and jaw need physical practice. Speaking is not only a mental skill, it is also a physical skill. Your mouth needs repetition just like your hands need repetition when learning to play an instrument. Do not become worried about having an accent. Your goal is not to remove your identity or sound exactly like another person. Your goal is to speak clearly enough that people can understand you easily. Focus on clear sounds, natural rhythm, and correct stress. If one word is difficult, slow down and repeat it. If a sentence is difficult, break it into small pieces. Suppose you are practicing, I really want to improve my English speaking. First say, I really want. Then, I really want to improve my English. Finally, say the complete sentence. This makes difficult sentences easier. Here is a simple daily routine you can follow. Choose a short English clip of about 30 seconds. Listen once without stopping. Do not worry if you miss some words. Listen again and focus on the sound. Then choose 3 or 4 useful sentences. Pause after each one and repeat it several times. After that, try speaking along with the speaker. Do not worry if you cannot follow perfectly. Keep trying. Finally, turn off the audio and say the sentences by yourself. This entire practice can take only 10 minutes, but 10 focused minutes every day can make a huge difference over time. There is also another powerful exercise. Record yourself. Many learners do not like hearing their own voice, but recording can show you what you need to improve. Choose one sentence from the audio. Listen to the speaker. Then record yourself saying the same sentence. Compare the two. Do not criticize yourself. Just notice one thing. Maybe your sentence is too slow. Maybe one word is unclear. Maybe your voice is very flat. Choose only one small thing to improve. Record again. Small corrections repeated many times can create big improvement. You should also listen for emotion. English is not spoken like a robot. When someone is excited, surprised, confused, happy, or worried, their voice changes. If you copy only words without emotion, your English may sound unnatural. So when you hear, really? Notice how the speaker says it. A surprised really sounds different from an angry really or a doubtful really. Try copying the feeling too. This makes speaking more alive and helps you understand real conversations better. And remember, you do not need hours of practice. 5 or 10 minutes of focused listening and copying every day is enough to start building this skill. The secret is repetition. The first time you hear a sentence, it may feel fast. The second time, you notice more. The 5th time, it becomes clearer. The 10th time, your mouth begins to remember it. Then one day, during a real conversation, that sentence may come out naturally without much thinking. That is the magic of repeated listening. You are training your brain before you need the language. So from today, stop being only a listener. Become an active listener. When you hear good English, copy it, repeat it. Feel the rhythm. Use the sentence in your own way. Record yourself. Listen again. Your speaking will become clearer, faster, and more natural little by little. Do not try to sound perfect. Try to sound understandable and comfortable. Every sentence you copy is giving your mouth another piece of real English. But speaking clearly is only one part of a good conversation. What happens when someone asks you a question and you answer with only one word? What happens when you do not know what to say next? In the next chapter, you will learn a simple method that can help you keep conversations going longer, even if your English is still basic. Chapter 6. Learn how to keep a conversation going. Now that you are learning how to listen, copy, and speak more naturally, There is another skill you need. You need to know how to keep a conversation going. Many English learners can answer a question, but after one short answer, the conversation stops. Someone asks, "Do you like music?" and they say yes. Then there is silence. Someone asks, "Where are you from?" and they say the name of their country. Then again, silence. This does not mean their English is bad. It simply means they have not learned how to continue. The good news is that you do not need advanced English to have a good conversation. You only need a few simple habits. One of the best habits is this: answer, add a small detail, and ask a question back. This simple method can change the way you speak. Let us take a very easy example. Someone asks, "Do you like coffee?" You could answer only, "Yes." But try this instead. "Yes, I like coffee. I usually drink it in the morning. What about you?" Now the conversation can continue. You answered the question, you added one detail, and you asked something back. This is powerful because you do not need a long speech. You only need 2 or 3 short sentences. Imagine someone asks, "What do you do?" You can say, "I am a student. I study business. I really like learning new things. What do you do?" Again, simple English, but the conversation feels natural. You can use this method with almost any topic. If someone asks, "What food do you like?" you can say, "I like rice and chicken. I eat it quite often. What is your favorite food?" If someone asks, "Do you watch movies?" you can say, "Yes, I do. I like comedy movies because they make me laugh. What kind of movies do you like?" If someone asks, "Why are you learning English?" you can say, "I want to speak with more people. English can also help me in my work." Why are you learning it? Notice something important. None of these answers use very difficult vocabulary. You are simply using easy English in a smart way. Another great way to keep a conversation going is to show interest. You do not always have to talk about yourself. Sometimes, a small response can encourage the other person to continue. You can say, "Really? That's interesting. That sounds good. What happened next? How was it? Why?" or "Tell me more." These expressions are short, but they are very useful. Imagine your friend says, "I went to a new restaurant yesterday." You can say, "Really? How was it?" Now your friend has something to answer. Or someone says, "I am learning to drive." You can say, "That's interesting. Is it difficult?" Suddenly the conversation continues naturally. You should also learn how to ask simple follow-up questions. A follow-up question is a question connected to what the other person just said. If someone says, "I work in a hospital," you can ask, "What do you do there?" If someone says, "I went to Dubai last year," you can ask, "Did you enjoy it?" or "How long did you stay?" If someone says, "I love reading," you can ask, "What kind of books do you like?" These questions show that you are listening. They also make the conversation easier because you do not have to invent a completely new topic every few seconds. Sometimes, however, you may need a few seconds to think. This is normal. Even strong speakers need time. The important thing is to learn some natural expressions that give you thinking time. You can say, "Let me think. That's a good question. Well, I'm not sure, but," or "Give me a second." These phrases help you avoid panic. Imagine someone asks, "What is the best place you have ever visited?" You do not need to answer immediately. You can say, "Let me think. I think the best place was." This sounds much more natural than becoming completely silent and feeling nervous. Another useful skill is knowing what to say when you do not understand someone. Do not pretend to understand. You can simply say, "Can you say that again? Can you speak a little more slowly? What does that word mean?" Or, "Sorry, I didn't understand." These are not signs of weak English. They are signs of good communication. A conversation is not a test. You are allowed to ask for help. In fact, asking for clarification can make you feel more confident because you know you have a way to continue even when you miss something. You can practice all of this by yourself. Imagine simple conversations in your mind. Ask yourself a question like, "What do you do on weekends?" Then answer with 3 parts. "I usually stay at home. Sometimes I meet my friends. What about you?" Then imagine the next question. Practice topics like food, work, family, hobbies, travel, weather, movies, and daily life. The more you practice common questions, the easier real conversations will feel. Here is your challenge for today. Choose 5 simple questions and answer each one with at least 3 sentences. Do not give only one-word answers. Add a detail. Then ask a question back. Practice aloud. You can even record yourself. At first, you may need time to think. That is okay. With repetition, your answers will become faster and more natural. Remember, good conversation is not about speaking the most. It is about connecting with another person. Listen, answer, add something, and ask something back. That is enough to create a real conversation. And the more you do it, the more confident you will become. But one good conversation is not enough. If you want real improvement, you need to practice these skills again and again. In the next chapter, you will learn how to build a simple daily speaking routine that can slowly turn English into a natural part of your life. Chapter 7. Build a daily English speaking routine. Now you know many important things. You know that you do not need perfect English. You know that simple words are powerful. You know how to use sentence patterns, how to think in English, how to listen and copy, and how to keep a conversation going. But there is one problem. If you practice all of these things only once, your English will not change very much. Real improvement comes from repetition. You need to make English speaking a small part of your daily life. You do not need to study for 3 hours every day. You do not need a special classroom. You do not even need a speaking partner every day. You only need a simple routine that you can follow again and again. 10 minutes every day can be more powerful than 2 hours once a week. Why? Because your brain learns through regular practice. When you speak English every day, your brain starts to understand that English is not only something you study, it is something you use. Let us create a very simple 10-minute routine. The first 2 minutes are for thinking in English. Look around you and describe what you see. Think, the room is quiet. My phone is on the table. I am sitting on a chair. It is a busy day. Then think about your feelings. I feel good today. I am a little tired. I want to finish my work. Keep it simple. Do not search for difficult words. The goal is only to turn your mind toward English. The next 3 minutes are for talking about your day. Say what you did, what you are doing, or what you are going to do. You can say, I woke up at 7. I had breakfast. I checked my messages. Now I am studying English. Later I will go outside. Do not worry about making the story exciting. Ordinary life is perfect for practice because you already know what happened. You only need to put it into English. The next 3 minutes can be used for repeating useful sentences. Choose 5 short sentences that you want to remember. Maybe, I'm not sure. Can you say that again? I think that is a good idea. I need to think about it. What do you mean? Listen to them if you have audio, or read them aloud slowly. Repeat each sentence several times. Try to say it with confidence. Then change one part. For example, I think that is a good idea can become, I think this is helpful. I think we should go. I think English is important. This practice makes sentence patterns stronger in your mind. The final 2 minutes are for free speaking. Choose one easy topic and talk without stopping. You can speak about your family, your favorite food, your job, your school, your plans, your hometown, your favorite movie, or why you are learning English. If you forget a word, explain it in another way. If you make a mistake, continue. This is your practice time, not an exam. You can also record your voice once or twice every week. This may feel uncomfortable in the beginning. Many people do not like hearing their own voice, but recording yourself is one of the best ways to notice progress. Choose a simple topic and speak for 1 minute. Then listen to yourself. Do not say, "My English is terrible." That will not help you. Instead, ask one useful question. What is one thing I can improve? Maybe you pause too much. Maybe your voice is too quiet. Maybe you repeat the same word many times. Maybe one sound is difficult. Choose only one thing. Work on it for a few days. Then record yourself again. Small improvements are easier to manage than trying to fix everything at once. Another powerful idea is to use the same topics again after a few weeks. For example, today you can record yourself talking about my daily routine. 1 month later, speak about the same topic again. Then compare the two recordings. You may notice that you speak faster. You may use more words. You may pause less. Your pronunciation may sound clearer. This is a beautiful way to see progress because sometimes improvement happens so slowly that you do not notice it from day to day. But when you compare your old speaking with your new speaking, you can see how far you have come. You should also make your routine easy enough to continue on busy days. This is very important. Many learners create a difficult plan. They say, "From tomorrow, I will study English for 2 hours every day." They follow the plan for 3 days, become tired, and stop. A smaller routine is better if you can continue it. Even on a busy day, speak for 5 minutes. Tell yourself, "I do not need a perfect study session. I only need to keep the habit alive." 5 minutes today is better than 0 minutes. Remember, consistency is more important than intensity. Think about the power of 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes may feel very small, but 10 minutes every day is more than 1 hour every week. Over 1 month, that becomes about 5 hours of speaking practice. Over 1 year, it becomes more than 60 hours. Imagine what can happen if you spend more than 60 hours actually speaking English. Your mouth becomes faster. Your common sentences become easier. Your fear becomes smaller. Your brain starts finding words more quickly. This is why small daily practice can create big results. You can make the routine more enjoyable too. Choose topics that interest you. Talk about a movie you watched. Explain a video you liked. Describe something funny that happened. Pretend you are telling a friend about your day. You can even imagine that you are making a small podcast in English. Speak with energy. Ask yourself questions and answer them. English practice should not always feel like homework. It can become part of your life. Most importantly, do not compare your progress with someone else. Maybe another person speaks faster. Maybe they know more words. Maybe they have been learning English for many years. Their journey is different. Your job is to become better than you were yesterday. If you can speak for 30 seconds today and 1 minute next month, that is progress. If you can answer one question without translating, that is progress. If you can understand a sentence that was difficult before, that is progress. Small wins matter. So your challenge is simple. For the next 7 days, follow a 10-minute English speaking routine every day. Think in English for 2 minutes. Talk about your day for 3 minutes. Repeat useful sentences for 3 minutes. Speak freely for 2 minutes. Do not skip because you feel tired or because your English is not perfect. Just show up and speak. After 7 days, you will already feel more comfortable. After 30 days, you may surprise yourself. But there is one final lesson you need. Even with a good routine, there will be days when you feel nervous, slow, or disappointed. That does not mean you are failing. It means you are human. In the final chapter, you will learn how to build real confidence, speak before you feel completely ready, and continue improving even when progress feels slow. Chapter 8. Build confidence by speaking before you feel ready. You have now learned many powerful ways to improve your English. You know that you do not need perfect grammar before you speak. You know that simple words can be enough. You know how sentence patterns can make speaking faster. You know how to think in English, how to listen and copy, how to keep a conversation going, and how to build a daily speaking routine. But there is one final thing you need to understand. Confidence does not usually come before speaking. Confidence comes because you speak. Many learners wait for confidence. They say, I will speak when my English becomes better. I will speak when I know more vocabulary. I will speak when my pronunciation becomes perfect. But if you keep waiting, you may wait for years. You become confident by using English before you feel completely ready. The first conversation may feel difficult. The second one may also feel difficult. But every time you speak, you are teaching your brain, I can do this. Think about the first time you learned any new skill. Maybe you learned to ride a bicycle, drive a car, cook something, use a computer, or do a new job. Were you completely confident on the first day? Probably not. You became more comfortable through practice. English works in the same way. You cannot think your way into speaking confidence. You have to speak your way into confidence. This is why small speaking challenges are so powerful. Do not begin by trying to speak English for 1 hour with strangers. Begin with something easy. Speak to yourself for 2 minutes. Record a short voice message. Answer one question in English. Talk to a friend for 5 minutes. Say one English sentence when you have the opportunity. Every small action sends a message to your brain. English is something I can use. You may still feel nervous, and that is okay. Nervousness does not mean you are bad at English. It simply means you care about doing well. The goal is not to remove every nervous feeling before you speak. The goal is to speak even when you feel a little nervous. Imagine someone asks you a question in English. Your heart starts beating faster. Your mind says, what if I make a mistake? At that moment, do not try to create the most beautiful answer. Take a second. Use a simple sentence. If you need time, say, let me think. If you do not understand, say, can you say that again? If you forget a word, explain it in another way. You already have tools for these situations. Use them. Another thing that can destroy confidence is comparing yourself with advanced speakers. You may watch someone speaking fast English and think, I will never speak like that. But you do not know their full journey. Maybe they have been practicing for 10 years. Maybe they use English every day. Maybe they once felt exactly like you feel now. Do not compare your beginning with someone else's middle. Compare yourself with yourself. Can you say more than you could 3 months ago? Can you understand more? Can you answer questions faster? Can you think of simple sentences without translating every word? These are the signs that matter. And remember, progress is not always easy to see. Some days you will speak very well. Other days, even simple words may feel difficult. This happens to everyone. Your energy changes, your mood changes, the conversation changes. One bad speaking day does not mean you lost your English. Do not judge your whole journey by one difficult moment. Keep going. If today feels hard, practice again tomorrow. Your job is not to be perfect every day. Your job is to continue. Now look at everything you have learned in this video. First, stop trying to be perfect. Speak with the English you have. Second, use simple words instead of waiting for advanced vocabulary. Third, practice sentence patterns so useful structures become automatic. Fourth, start thinking in English with small daily thoughts. Fifth, listen to clear English and copy real speakers. Sixth, learn to answer, add details, and ask questions so conversations continue. Seventh, build a daily routine and practice regularly. And now, finally, speak before you feel completely ready. These ideas are simple, but together they can completely change your English speaking. Here is your final challenge. For the next 30 days, speak English aloud every day. Even 10 minutes is enough. On some days, talk about your routine. On other days, describe something around you. Practice sentence patterns. Copy a short audio clip. Record your voice. Answer simple questions. If you find someone to speak with, have a short conversation. Do not spend 30 days only thinking about improving. Spend 30 days actually speaking. Imagine yourself 30 days from now. You may still make mistakes, but you may speak faster. You may stop translating some sentences. You may answer questions with less fear. You may notice that common expressions come automatically. You may feel something you did not feel before. I can actually speak English. That feeling is built through practice. Your English does not have to sound like someone else's English. You do not need to copy another person's personality or accent. Your goal is to express your own ideas clearly. Your voice matters. Your thoughts matter. English is simply another way to share those thoughts with the world. So do not wait for the perfect day. Do not wait until you know every grammar rule. Do not wait until fear disappears. Start with one sentence today. Then say another, then another. Every sentence is a step forward. Every conversation is practice. Every mistake is part of learning. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep believing that improvement is possible. Because the person who speaks imperfect English every day will grow much faster than the person who waits silently for perfect English. Start now. Use your voice and give yourself the chance to become the English speaker you want to be.